does the Premier League look like now as we head just about into the second half of the season? Don't forget, a few teams to play tomorrow, so it might look a little bit different, but Arsenal are on 42 points, just 2 ahead of Manchester City. Aston Villa on 39. That's going to happen on Tuesday between those two sides. We cannot wait to find out. Literally a top of the table clash. Liverpool, and there's Chelsea in 5th place, level on points of Manchester United, Sunderland, Brentford, Crystal Palace and Fulham rounding up the top half as it stands. But just do take note of the points, particularly from 5th all the way down to around 15th, 10th, 16th place in the Premier League. It's also very, very close. But right now, bottom 3, it's still Wolves, still yet to win a game. Minus 29 goal difference, 2 points on the board for them. Burnley and West Ham. Forest just out of it, although that is a big 5-point buffer we have to add as well for them. Okay, we are back here in the studio. I've got Dean Saunders, I've got Carlton Cole alongside me to discuss the game we've just witnessed. We're still sort of catching our collective breath right now because, wow, what a turnaround. What do you think was said at halftime, Dean Saunders, by Unai Emery? Because that wasn't the same Aston Villa we saw in the first half. That came out for the second half.
Yeah, and he deserves all the credit. I mean, that was a masterstroke from the manager again. He's got his substitutions right most weeks. And he's obviously gone in and said his piece at half-time. I'll give you quarter of an hour. He brings Sancho, Onana and Ollie Watkins, who's just a better player than Malen. He come on and he made the difference. And he did, you know, it's a club record. He deserves all the praise he gets. Unai Emery, he's doing a magnificent job, and he won that game for Aston Villa. There'll be the critics who say you shouldn't have started with that team, but the team that finished played really well. Onana made a difference. He moved Tielemans through to the number 10 position. Rodgers went out to the left. Sancho on the right. Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins could have scored 4. 2 great goals, though.
Ollie Watkins almost doubled the tally of goals he's had accumulated throughout the entire season. Heading into this fixture with just 3, he gets 2 today. We'll look at them in just a moment. But where do Chelsea stand in your eyes, Carlton Cole? I mean, Maresca, he's been backed in the transfer market. He's won 2 trophies last season, let's not forget. But here they are, languishing in 5th and losing sight of the top 4 positions within the Premier League table.
Yes, I don't get what Chelsea do. They play well at some occasions, and then in a half they just disintegrate into something I don't recognise anymore. I just don't get it. Like when you are leading and you look like they look like they were having fun, and then all of a sudden, Aston Villa goes to half time, comes out, puts a couple of subs on by the 60th minute. And they just went to pot. I don't understand why they can't keep their nerve. One of the reasons I do think this happens is because they are a young side, Chelsea. They're a really young side. I think they're a bit naive in certain aspects of their football. I think also they definitely don't have that consistency because they don't have the experience to hold a game. And their policy says we don't sign players that are experienced. They want all the young boys. So that's a big problem for them, and they're going to have to cope with this until they do change that policy, or they're going to keep on getting these same results. I think the team that they bought, they're trying to grow with this team to grow and get to a certain level where they're all experienced. But I just don't see it right now because they just throw away games when they're in the leading positions, and this is when you're supposed to close games out. Or score more but they just don't have that at the moment. I was baffled by also Cole Palmer coming off the pitch. You need to keep your best players on the pitch. He can play poor the whole game, but still get a goal at any given time. So it's bizarre substitutions for me, and they lost the game for themselves. Chelsea, Aston Villa grew bigger and better in the second half.